Welcome to Redwood News. I'm Christina Mehr. Warnings have been issued in multiple bodies of water across the North Coast due to toxic algae, specifically cyanobacteria. This alert can be seen posted at the entrances of Benbow State Recreation Area, a popular public park in southern Humboldt County, commonly used to access the South Fork Eel River for swimming or other water activities. Unsafe levels of cyanobacteria have also been reported in Big Lagoon. People of all ages, but especially children, should avoid touching, eating, or swallowing algal mats. Also, dogs should not be allowed near the algae either, and do not let your dogs eat algal mats or drink from the water. Redwood News reporter Ben Hernandez went to Blue Lake today to check out the final training weekend of a pre-apprenticeship program for low-voltage electricians.
Today was the last day of a pre-apprenticeship electrician training weekend in Blue Lake. The program, which is hosted by the Blue Lake Rancheria, is meant to provide trade skills and pathways towards employment for tribal members and the general public.
So the program is an onboarding tool meant to introduce tribal members to opportunities in the trades, and it connects them with seasoned professionals and also union representatives that will let them know about apprenticeship programs and pathways to a rewarding career in the trades. And it also connects them with tribal community members and tribal support networks.
A common theme for this program is resilience.
This program is eventually going to give those tribes the power to, retain their people and have them do this work at a lower cost and one that benefits the tribe in turn.
According to First Nations Development Institute, in 2017, 54% of American Indians and Alaska Natives lived in rural and small-town areas, meaning it's harder for tribal members to get contractors to do work on the respective reservations.
What you end up doing is you have to pay for travel and shipping of materials, which can, the cost can rise drastically fast, and a lot of times you don't have the resources to do that. And if you lessen that resource load, you can then apply it to other programs.
Along with giving back to the community, a better paying and more stable career path is a reason why some students decided to take on this pre-apprenticeship program.
Yeah, I think it's huge to teach our youth and young adults that there is careers out there, there is avenues, you can still stay here and make a living wage and stuff and help the community too.
Students also got a tour of the Rancheria microgrid.
These are the kinds of projects like this microgrid at the Rancheria that they could get involved in down the road, and and there's going to be a lot more of those types of systems being built around the community, around the state, around the world, and so this is kind of it's a hands-on way to kind of get a look at what they might be a part of in the long run if they pursue this further.
From Blue Lake, because local matters, I'm Ben Hernandez, Redwood News.
A local film production company will begin filming parts of their movie across the county this fall. Redwood News reporter Abraham Navarro spoke with the owner for this report.
Rose-Colored Glass is the latest film in the works from Clang Productions, a period piece which will be filming locally in the coming months.
It is set in 1938 and we go through 1939. It takes place in Chicago, Illinois, which we never say the name of the city because we're filming the entire film in Old Town, downtown Eureka, and in Ferndale. But we will make it look like a very big, bustling city.
The original play was written and premiered locally in the early 2000s, with Lang as the screenwriter for this film adaptation.
So the story is a beautiful story. It was written over 20 years ago by a local playwright, Sue Bigelow Marsh.
The story focuses on two women, one Irish Catholic and the other an Austrian Jew, who live in completely separate worlds, despite living across the alley from each other. But as tensions in Europe boil over ahead of World War II, they find common ground.
They start forming a very uneasy alliance and a friendship in working towards getting the Austrian Jewish lady's nephew rescued from Europe.
The local production group strives to craft films with local talent. Their last film, Autumn Run, was filmed along the Mattole River and is available on Amazon.
It's going to be a pretty big scale production for us, but Clang Productions was created to give our theater and our artist community an outlet for making films.
While Hollywood comes out to the North Coast often to film, Lang saw the abundance of local talent and figured that movies could be produced here too.
So we were just thinking, well, why don't we start making some films up here with the amount of talent that we have locally? So that's our goal, is to make local films that get outside of the area.
While they're putting the film together on a tight budget, they need volunteers to sign up as extras, as well as vintage cars to film with.
But if anybody out there knows of any vintage cars that maybe we could loan out to us for a day or so, some of them don't even have to drive, some of them are just parking on the street. Just find us online. You can look us up under rose-colored glass, and we have a website. You can leave us a message.
From Eureka, Because Local Matters, Abraham Navarro, Redwood News.
Filming for the movie will be taking place from September 14th through October 14th. For more information, you can visit rosecoloredglassmovie.com. Pack your blankets, folding chairs, and picnic baskets because this week in McKinleyville, it's the season finale of Music in the Park. Free for families and folks of all ages, Music in the Park is about the simple joy of a summer night in the park. Along with music from the band MacNew, attendees can expect food trucks, beer booths, lawn games, a Girl Scout climbing wall, local vendors, and skate ramps. Plus, the best part of all, community. The McKinleyville Chamber, who puts on the event, has donated over $800 worth of tips this summer, from the beer booth to nonprofits. The final Music in the Park will be this Thursday at Pearson Park in McKinleyville at 6 p.m. The Samoa drag strip hosted a racing day that welcomed reporter Nick Escalada swerved onto the scene to capture the action.
Redwood News is off to the races to catch the fastest people in Humboldt burn rubber on the Samoa drags.
Variety was the word of the day on the former airfield, with everything from motorcycles to SUVs seen blazing down the runway. At the blink of a starting light, racers pulled out everything they could do to shave seconds off their personal records.
Today we just have our regular run-of-the-mill bracket race that we do about 14 times a year out here, a little bit more, a little bit less. We all take some time runs, and then we set basically an index for ourselves. Then once we kind of get our time trials done, we go out and try to run as close to our times as possible. You know, and whoever is closest without going quicker wins.
Souped-up streetcars revved alongside factory sedans. Lombardi asserts that everything with a motor and wheels can test their might on the track, even a Tesla Model 3.
Anybody with any car just about can get out here and race, and that's something kind of I harp on in life is any car can be a race car, really. It's a matter of just getting out here and doing it. There's 2 or 3 events a year where people from all over Northern California and Oregon come down and race with us, so those are some of our bigger races.
The strip held trials for junior dragsters, and by virtue became one of the only places where kids as young as 5 can drive faster than a car on the freeway.
How long have you been racing?
3 years. This is my 3rd year.
How old are you?
I'm 10. My favorite car to drive, it would be this one right behind me. It's been the fastest one to drive, and it's really exciting. I can go to 73 miles per hour. I've been doing really good. I've been hitting 090s and just a little bit earlier, I just hit an 029 red. My dream time to hit is a perfect light. 000.
From Samoa, because local matters, Nick Escalada, Redwood News.
Drag races happen 2 to 3 times a month, and you can go to the Strip's website for their schedule. Later, a look at the weekend box office winners, and after the break, Ross Rowley takes a look at Martinis by the Bay in tonight's Redwood Newsmakers.
Newsmakers is being brought to you by your local U.S. Cellular stores.
We're here at the Warfinger Building overlooking Humboldt Bay with Cindy Denbo and Megan Broadstock of the Rotary Club of Southwest Eureka. And why, may you ask? Well, it's to benefit our local food bank, Food for People. How, you may ask? Well, let's find out. Hi, Cindy and Megan. How are you guys?
Hi, great.
So, Cindy, what brings the Rotary Club of Southwest Eureka to the Warfinger Building this time of year?
This time of year, you're going to find all the members of the Rotary Club of Southwest Eureka and many, many, many cocktail enthusiasts, because we're here for Martinis by the Bay.
That's why.
That's why.
That's 18 years. That's a...
18 years. Our first one was 2004, a couple of years out for COVID. Started as a standalone, and then it just did not stand alone. People kept saying, when are you having it again? When are you having it again? And we said, how about annually?
Right. It's become one of your signature events.
It is one of our signature events, yes.
Well, tell me what to expect.
Oh, it's so much fun. This event is something that grows, it gets bigger, it gets better every time we have it. So we have 12 of the premier mixologists on the North Coast. They are going to be here making 1 or 2, in some cases, of their signature cocktails. Oh, they're so good. In addition to that,
It's showtime, isn't it?
it is showtime. It is showtime. They are doing new takes on old favorites, old fashions, Manhattans. The Restaurant 301 is doing one of the most beautiful cocktails I've ever seen. It's called the Watermelon Mint Julep, and really that's all you need to know. It is gorgeous and it is tasty. So you have our classic cocktails, and these craftsmen, these artistes, if you will, they are creating new takes on the old and just bringing new things to life. It's so good.
Oh, Megan, what can we expect, say, for the culinary offerings this year? Tempt my palate.
Oh, the culinary offerings are just as great. Like she said, there's artisans on the cocktail side. We have that on the culinary side as well. We have Uniquely Yours doing the hand-passed appetizers that are always delicious. If you've been in years past, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we're adding a little bit of a new twist this year. We are by the bay, so we are also adding oysters. We have a premier grill team that's coming in, and they are artisans of the oyster, and they are having 2 toppings, and it's going to be delicious. So all of this for a good cause. Come down and enjoy by the bay.
Cindy, with this being the 18th year, what's new this year?
Oh, we have a couple of new participants. Havana and Venetia are coming to down. Venetia is doing a really interesting take on a dirty martini that involves muddled olives and an olive oil float, and yes, cracked pepper. That's all I'm saying about that. And in addition to that, we are having for the very first time our mock dock, a mocktail. It is inspired by the vintage 1920s Bee's Knees. So it will feature non-alcoholic gin, honey rosemary syrup, and a little bit of lemon juice. I've tasted it. It is standard.
I can imagine. Hey, Megan, something very important. We need to figure out, how do you get tickets to the event?
Oh, there are a few options for you, Ross. You can go to southwestrotary.org. It's swrotary.org, and you can buy your tickets online, or you can buy them at the door for $5 more.
Well, you can help benefit Food for People in a classy way with Martinis by the Bay. It's one of the signature fundraisers of the Rotary Club of Southwest Eureka. Cindy Dembo and Megan Broadstock, cheers!
Cheers!
Welcome back to Redwood News. I'm Lauren Brenner. It is Sunday, and let's take a look at some of our observed temperatures across the area this afternoon. Around 3 p.m., the hottest part of the day. Looking across the north part of our area, we saw around 64 in Crescent City. The hot spot in the northern portion is going to be around Forks of Salmon area. They saw 90 today. These red numbers are going to be the wind gusts. So actually sort of gusty conditions out there, 22 mile-per-hour winds north on that Highway 96 area, 73 in Hoopa this afternoon. And looking a bit further south, we had our hottest spot on the map is going to be in the Big Bar area outside of, or let's go back. Our hot spot is going to be in the Big Bar area here. They saw 92 on Highway 299, 85 in Hayfork, 64 in Eureka, just like Crescent City, and 64 also in Shelter Cove. So common temperature along the coast today, 64 degrees. Somewhere just saw a hot spot of 59 today, in the 50s. So a cooler day today than we've been seeing across the area. And with that, we have lower fire danger. This is going to be through Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, that fire danger is going to pick back up a little bit. So low fire danger in interior Humboldt and Del Norte counties, medium fire risk in western Siskiyou and Trinity counties. It is the waning crescent moon today, day 24 in this moon cycle. The moon rose this morning just after midnight, so before we woke up at 12:16 a.m. and set this afternoon at 4:23 p.m. Looking at our forecast lows overnight tonight into tomorrow, we're looking at 40s and 50s across the area. So we're definitely seeing those temperatures start to cool down a bit. 48 in Bridgeville and in Hayfork, also in the 40s in the Neeland and Redway areas. Everywhere else in the low 50s. Our high temperatures tomorrow are forecast to be in the 80s at the hottest and in the 60s at the coolest. So that's a nice break for our inland areas to be seeing our high temperatures start with 8s rather than 9s or even that triple digit range of weather we were seeing a little while ago. Along the coast, low to mid 60s. And as we start moving inland tomorrow, we're looking at 70s in Bridgeville and Gasky, 80s further east and in our hotter areas. Looking at our future cast, we can expect a pretty sunny Monday, seeing that marine layer stay mostly offshore for us, even overnight tomorrow night into Tuesday. So hopefully some nice nights for stargazing, some clear nights, and that wind from the northwest is going to keep the area pretty free from clouds until around Tuesday evening. So we'll have a sunny Monday to look forward to. Looking at the marine forecast, we have no alerts out there. Waves from the northwest tomorrow, 5 feet at 10 seconds. Across the area, we're looking at 60s in Brookings for the next few days. Gasky also looking at 60s and 70s, low 60s in Trinidad, mid 60s in Eureka, 70s into 80s in Willow Creek. So actually warming up there as the week goes by, which we'll see in our inland locations. So enjoy those 80-degree temperatures while you can, because it's heating up in Hayfork and Redway, back into the 90s as the week goes by. Rio Dell looking at the low to mid 60s, but still seeing it warm up a little bit as the week progresses. Redwood News will be right back.
The nearby Sonoma County coast, south to Santa Cruz, is seeing sea lions coming down with kidney disease. Here's a look at how this can be concerning for our domestic pets.
The 300-mile stretch of California coastline from Santa Cruz to Sonoma is seeing an outbreak of a kidney disease impacting sea lions.
To have basically a very large outbreak with right now no end in sight begin 6 to 8 weeks plus earlier than what we're historically used to is something that has our collective attention right now.
Leptospirosis is a kidney disease. It's not uncommon in sea lions. It shows up every 3 to 5 years. It's mostly spread through urine, so when thousands of sea lions are gathered on a beach, it can contaminate the sand, and it's very contagious and can spread to humans and pets.
This is a zoonotic disease, so it can be spread to humans and dogs. We are especially concerned in this area about spread to your pet.
Ruli says when a dog runs free or when people interact with sea lions on the beach, that's how the disease can spread.
People heading out to the beaches, that they keep a safe distance of at least 150 feet from a live marine mammal or dead marine mammal.
And to keep your dog on a leash. The outbreak began along the Central Coast, but we are now seeing it here in the Bay Area.
Let's hope it doesn't turn out to be a major issue here. As soon as I start talking to the other dog families out here, I will find out if they're aware of it or not.
Rodeo Beach in Marin County doesn't have the massive number of sea lions where the disease can likely spread to, but Ruli says precautions are still necessary.
Be proactive in terms of making sure that if you're going to the beach, to know that this is happening. There are experts responding to it, but there are steps to protect your pet, especially just due to how deadly it can be for dogs.
There was something for everyone at the weekend box office. Animation, action, comedy, horror, and superheroes. David Daniel has the early estimates for the top 5 films in theater.
Hey, Clarence! Huh? Something doesn't look right in this trunk.
What is it? The Bad Guys 2 slipped a spot to 5th place, making off with $7.5 million.
Are we safe?
I don't know. The Fantastic Four First Steps approached the $250 million mark in domestic box office, with a 4th place weekend worth $8.8 million.
This is all a big misunderstanding.
Nobody 2 settled for a 3rd place debut. The action comedy opened with $9.3 million.
Your lifelines, it's like they've intersected before.
Freakier Friday took 2nd place for the 2nd straight weekend, adding $14.5 million.
I'm the problem. Got it.
You know what? I think that's the first honest thing I've heard you say. You are the problem.
Weapons is still killing it in theaters. The horror thriller stayed on top, adding $25 million for a 10-day domestic total of $89 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And before we go, if you ever think you've pushed the limits on just how long you can rent a library book and it can possibly be overdue, someone in Texas probably has you beat. Redwood News will be right back. A very overdue library book was returned to the San Antonio Public Library in Texas recently, 82 years after it was due. The book, called Your Child, His Family and Friends, was checked out in July of 1943, according to a letter that arrived with the book. Someone wrote that after their father's death, they found the book in his belongings and decided to send it back. They believe it was originally checked out by their grandmother when their father was 11 years old. In the letter, the writer expressed their gratitude and hoped that there wouldn't be any late fees. Luckily, the San Antonio Public Library did away with late fees for overdue books back in 2021. The book is now on display at the library's Central Branch and will eventually be sold in a used bookstore, with proceeds going back to the library. And here's one more look at weather. Thank you for watching Redwood News. Have a great evening.